Hey, what's going on? This is Jamie Supertramp, and this is another Germany update. I had the most tremendous week/weekend. So many fun things are going on in Konstanz right about now. On Friday, it was a school-sponsored Christmas. I'm saying Christmas market, but what it really was is just hanging out with the neighbors, drinking Glühwein, which is this spiced wine. It was very common for Christmas markets, which are a very common German thing. But we did that in my residential neighborhood. And it was a really great opportunity to meet the neighbors because I'm riding on the bike a lot of the time, so I miss out on that whole hanging out at the bus stop thing. So I know all the internationals in my building because we were in the same orientation program together. But aside from actual Germans, which is 3/4 of the population here, I don't know them at all. So it was a good chance to meet them. And I made my, not exactly famous, but I made my brigadeiro or Brazilian truffles. And I think they worked out pretty well. I got compliments. People were at least nice if they weren't bad. But I'll be making them again. They're pretty tasty and pretty easy to make too. So that was fun. And then right after the outdoor Glühwein session, we went to my neighbor's house and continued partying there. And there's this party anthem. It's called Johnny Depp. Depp, 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 Johnny Depp, Depp. I'll put a link in there. But it's this German Schlager song, which is, they're just these totally brainless, meaningless hit songs that you can just pump your fist to. And a friend of mine, this Romanian dude, he put that song on the sound system and was just rocking out. If I have to make a sweeping generalization, Germans or Europeans in general just rock out to music. They actively listen to music in a way that I thought was dead. But no, people still rock out. And if you see the Internationals sing Bohemian Rhapsody together, it is a lucid experience to behold. I only know half the words, so I'm kind of humming along. But they're arm in arm in a circle, just rocking out together. Air guitar is still totally cool. So what else did we do? Oh yeah, we went to, right after that, we were partying until like midnight, and that would have been a totally fine way to finish the night. But then someone invited me and my friend to go to Kool, which is this club, it's a 1-minute walk from our apartment. So I'm like, okay, I might as well check it out. And sure enough, it was a really cool club. Must have been 300 people there. And they were playing rock music too. So there was some house, but there was some rock, including some German rap by KIZ, or in English KIZ, which is one of my favorite German rap groups. So I was in my zone, I was feeling it, and we were there till 3. So that was just a really exciting start to the weekend. And then the next day, a friend of mine invited me to go ice skating. So we have to walk across the border into Kreuzlingen, which is right across the border from Konstanz. So we're in Switzerland, basically, just walking over the border. No border control, nothing. But this ice skating place was so awesome because they let you do hockey in the same place. Because at the UMass ice skating rink, there are certain times for hockey, and they are very rare, and nobody answers the phone to give you details. But here, 2/3 of the rink is for normal ice skating, but then the remaining portion is for hockey. So there are people not playing real games, but they have gloves and sticks and pucks, and they're just shooting goals. And I haven't played hockey in, well, I guess I played on my birthday last year, but that was the one time. So I'm really overdue for some hockey, and it felt so good to be skating backwards and practicing the moves I've been working on the past year. So, and there's a Canadian dude who's teaching me a few moves too. So I'm really excited for the opportunity to do it. It's a pretty good price also to go there. I'm definitely going to get my own skates while I'm here, or ask some kind soul. If anyone visits me, please bring my hockey skates. But otherwise, I'll just have to buy a pair because this is going to keep happening. And the Bodensee is this big part, but where we are is where the Bodensee branches off into this little part called the Untersee, which I've already biked around, by the way. But that part freezes up, I'm told. So I'm going to have the chance to ice skate for free, once I get my gear. But in the meanwhile, this ice skating place in Kreuzlingen is a gem. I cannot wait to go back there and bring more friends and start a hockey crew, because what makes it so awesome is they let you borrow the hockey sticks and the pucks when you pay for your rental. Or they wouldn't even know. You just ask them for a stick and they give you one from the Lost and Found, and then you can play. So that's awesome. And hockey is slowly creeping up as my new favorite activity. And that brings me to the next day. So that was Saturday, the ice skating. And then my buddy upstairs, he had a birthday party. It was a pizza party, which was a really fun way to spend an evening. And once again, I'm seeing a lot of the internationals. I've seen their faces so many times, and it's really cool just building these friendships. And I gotta say, you gotta go out of your way to meet a lot of Germans, because the internationals, we had a month together to get to know each other. So you have to actively try to break the orbit of the international circle. But I think the groups are a little bit diverse. It's not 50-50 German international. It's more like 60% international, but it's better than not being in Germany at all. We are here to learn German, by the way. And what was so fun about the party on Friday is I promised my friend that I would only speak German the whole time, and it was so much fun. It's really rewarding. It's a little bit challenging, but it is so worth it to commit to only speaking German. And it just makes it so much more fun to just hang out. And simple things which you're totally able to do in your native language become fun in the foreign language. So then I'm coming home from the pizza party. It's around midnight. I'm just going to bed. And then my buddy, the same one who took me on the biking trip around the Untersee, the same one who took me to that Kool. We rented a car and went to Switzerland and Austria and Liechtenstein all in one day. But we hiked a big mountain in Switzerland. That same friend, and the same one who planned the trip where we went to the Black Forest, the same friend, he invites me to go snowboarding. There's a mountain an hour and 20 minutes away from us by train, which is not that bad. This mountain is a real mom and pop mountain. It's actually owned by a ski club. So, they're not super in it to make money or anything. Have you ever been to Mount Snow? You know how corporate that is? Picture the opposite of that. Mom and pop, right? The ski passes look like a printed piece of cardboard with a QR code on it, and you fasten it to your jacket with a rubber band. Okay, I can't find it, but that was yesterday. So it was me, my buddy, and then we had a beginner snowboarder with us too. But this mountain was really good for beginners because it's a very humble mountain. They had one lift, but it had this T-bar, I guess it's called, or in German it's a Schlepp lift. So schlepping is when you're carrying your stuff around. This thing, it drags you. The hook goes underneath your legs and it just pulls you forward. It's definitely optimized for skis, but if you're really brave, you can make it work for a snowboard too. So I paid €3.50 to shred the afternoon there. So it cost me $3.50 to shred there the whole entire afternoon. And that was my first time snowboarding in Germany. And may there be many more. It felt so good to just get out there and touch the snow. So in one weekend I did two of my top activities, which is ice skating / playing hockey and snowboarding. And it has just been so much fun. And as far as academics are going, it's moving along pretty quickly actually. At my buddy's birthday pizza party, I came to the sad realization that we're a little bit more than halfway done with the first semester. So for people who aren't staying the whole year, it's closer to time to say goodbye than it was time to meet each other. So I'm actually getting kind of sad about that because there are some really tremendous people who are going to leave in at the end of February or sometime in March. And the school is really going to pick up after the Christmas break because we have a bunch, they call it a test, I would call it a paper, but we have many tests to write, and these courses are really backloaded, so all the part where you prove whether you learned or not are going to come at the back. Oh, by the way, this is what the lift ticket looks like. The rubber band. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be really intense studying after Christmas. And let's see, my whole week last week was taken up by this, that Twitter data analysis class. I was trying to build a database all week, so that's why there was no video update or podcast. But I built the database. The database is built, and as soon as I know more, I will tell you more. Don't you want to hear about my database? What you need to know is that it just takes one line of code to be wrong or to not be there. In this case, the tutorial was missing one line of code, and it's the most simple line ever. But if that one line is gone, your whole castle crumbles in upon itself. But luckily, I get to take a little break from that, and I'll get back to it after Christmas once classes begin again. And by the way, I haven't made any plans for Christmas, so I need to jump on that soon because there's going to be a bunch of internationals going to Berlin, which I've already been there for one holiday season, and it was beautiful. And I have to dig up the old video, but I have this really old video. It's not on YouTube, it's somewhere else, but it shows what it looks like on New Year's Eve in Berlin, which is called Silvester in German. And it's the one day of the year where anyone can buy fireworks, and these things are like, the fireworks are about this big, and the firecrackers. And as soon as the sun goes down a little bit, it's almost like the purge. Everyone is just throwing fireworks everywhere, under cars that are moving, shooting Roman candles, well, similar to Roman candles at each other. It is wild, and I wouldn't be opposed to being there again, and I've got friends that I might be able to see. So that's a little update of where things are at. I'm totally happy to be here. Oh, by the way, it snowed today, and now I got to find a sledding hill to go. So, thanks for checking it out. There will be more updates coming soon, and take it easy. See you later.